Predictably, any head of state or prime minister in his position, he'll have to be seen to be doing something. And quite frankly, it feels like a déjà vu. We've been there before. 2 years ago, when the militants managed to blow up the car that was taking the Attorney General to his work, Hisham Barakat, there was a similar press conference. And many wondered, what more powers does the state in Egypt need to fight militant Islamism? But he has to be seen to be doing something, and he has touched upon in his speech upon the same themes. That this is the attempt of a criminal group to undermine stability in Egypt and to sow the seeds of division within Egyptian society. He talked about the need for renewal of, as it is known here, Islamic discourse, which is a different way of talking about the need for reform within the traditional teachings of Islam, and has been calling on the religious scholars now for the past 2 years or so to do so. But you don't reform a religion by presidential decree. I mean, this takes years, decades, if it will ever happen. And it doesn't start from the president. He can help, of course. It will have to be part of a much more complex social and cultural process that could take generations.
Is it simply, Magdi, the reason for the IS targeting of Copts simply because they are Christian? Is there any more to it than that?
Well, I mean, of course, because it's basically IS subscribes to the Islamist supremacist ideology, which unites nearly all Islamists, from the Muslim Brotherhood to Al-Qaeda to Daesh, and that demonizes, that divides the world into Muslims and non-Muslims, and non-Muslims are somehow inferior, and Islam and Muslims will prevail. But there is another, of course, more calculated political motive, is that to show that the Sisi government and regime is not in control. They can strike freely anytime in broad daylight in the sort of main urban centers in the Nile Delta, and not only in the remote corners of the country, as there is there is already a conflict going on the Sinai. But people have gotten used to that. So to be able to strike in the heart of Egypt, as it were, they want to send a political message that they are still a force to be reckoned with, and the regime is not totally in control. And ideally for them, of course, is to scare away the possibility of the tourism coming back to Egypt and the economy getting better. So there is a calculated political aim, apart from the fact that their ideology sees Christians and non-Muslims as somehow inferior and fair game.